Welcome, y'all, to this week's episode of the Good Ole Gamers podcast. I'm Lyle McClendon, and tonight I'm joined, as always, by the miserable bastard that is Brandon Gentry.
Go fuck yourself, everyone. God damn it.
It's always such a... Don't you just look forward to every week just having to hear Brandon be disheveled?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me that they like it when I cuss them out and berate them for minuscule, meaningless shit, so...
Yeah, right off the bat, too. Just at the fucking beginning of the episode, you know. We are coming to you another fine week. It's been a long week. Dude, I feel like shit. I've worked in the sun. I'm baked. I got a farmer's tan to go along with the podcast.
Hell yeah. So, I'm sure y'all can see that pretty well.
Yeah, just imagine what I would look like with a farmer's tan. Try not to throw up or jump off of a conveniently located bridge.
I'm going to go rip one out here in a second.
Yeah, I would prefer that people done that, you know, and not get nauseated or suicidal. But, anywho, we got quite a few things covered, not like always. Yeah. We're going to kick it off like we usually do with some news. Brandon, what you got?
I got some news here and there. I saw that John Smedley, who is he's the president and CEO of what was Sony Online Entertainment, but now it's Daybreak. He stepped down after about a year of being hacked and targeted by this group of hacking neckbeard cowards called Lizard Squad. So they've took his social security number and dumped his credit history online. They grounded his flight with a bomb threat once. They've just been relentless over the past year.
You probably just fucked us with these guys. They're gonna hear this.
I don't care. Fuck those guys. I'll fucking get them busted, and then I'll see them on the news getting crane lifted out of their mother's basement because they're too fat to fit out the front door. Motherfuckers.
You got a point.
But yeah, he stepped down because of all this, and he said he's going to be devoting like almost 100% of his time to getting these guys in jail. So I guess that's good.
Yeah. I mean,
I like it when
karma's
hackers
a motherfucker,
do
isn't
good
it?
things like hacking ISIS and stuff. But Sony Online Entertainment, they've been a shitty company, but they don't deserve this kind of shit.
Well, yeah.
If you have a problem with them, don't do business with them. Simple as that. If everyone did that, then they would either change their view of things or go away, file bankruptcy, which they kind of did because they got bought out. So yeah, fuck you, Lizard Squad. We heard that here. Bring it on.
Shave your neck beard.
Yeah.
You ain't fooling anybody. Grow a true beard like Brandon or I.
Yeah.
Then you can talk business with us.
Bring it on, man. Me and my little Cisco home router, we can do it.
So I seen where the Street Fighter V beta got pulled from PS4.
I saw that too.
Are you really surprised?
They'll
I mean, it is a fucking beta
in two different versions here soon. Well, yeah. How can it be so bad that you pull a beta though? Like people know beta's gonna be buggy.
Yeah, that's the point of it. I mean, you want to find out what people love or hate about it before you release a gamble of a fucking product.
Yeah. It's pretty crappy on their part, I guess, but whatever.
Yeah.
I just wonder, did people pay to get in the beta?
I'm not sure. I
bet they do.
I don't know how the Street Fighter V beta works.
Most betas like that, you usually pay to get in them, so if they're just screwing over people dumb enough to pay for it ahead of time. They should know they're just going to come out with 30 different versions in the next 4 to 5 months.
Oh yeah, it's just like 3 months from now we'll be seeing Street Fighter V Alpha Turbo Beta Revision 2.9.
Yep.
But, Zangief might not approve of that.
Maybe not, but we bought him off with vodka.
Yeah. Zangief was nice enough to send us over a bottle of 100 proof Smirnoff tonight.
I'm pretty sure he would consider that water.
Yeah, he's like, fucking bitches and you're Smirnoff.
This is what I mix with my my vodka.
That's
his chaser.
That's what I clean my asshole with. That's what I use for I have back in Mother Russia. I have Smirnoff enemas. Spicy.
Your head's getting crushed like sparrow's
Yeah,
egg.
Zangief's gonna come over here in a little bit. He's like, I fucking warned you. Now I will break you.
I'm living in poverty, having to pay him in vodka to answer questions, but I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah, y'all need to send some questions to Zangief. That's a new thing that's going on around here. He's been gracious enough to take time out of wrestling fucking Kodiak bears or whatever it is he fights.
He single-handedly made several vodka companies rich, just buying their vodka.
Yeah. He gave Dan Aykroyd some money, because Dan Aykroyd runs that Crystal Skull vodka company. He should have just broke Dan Aykroyd's head.
Probably.
For doing,
he probably will.
Ghostbusters, allowing them to make a female Ghostbusters reboot.
Yeah.
That's a whole different episode of a different podcast altogether. Pixels was released. Speaking of movies, Pixels came out this past Friday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I think I can sum it up well with this right here.
Yeah. One of the fucking reviews I read, just the title of the review simply said, "Kill Adam Sandler." Then you got like Paul Blart in it, so that doesn't help the fucking case at all. I just wonder if like Billy Mitchell or any of them's in it, like cameoing or something. At least
that would be the only good I've seen. I kind of hoped it'd be something I could tolerate to watch with my kids, but from what I've seen, like all the humor is hey, remember this? Because somehow that's humor now.
It's that nostalgia thing, man. Like it's just uber fucking popular right now. It's lame.
Yeah, us with our retro gaming podcast.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. You've been wasting 2 hours a fucking week. Move on with your lives.
God, how much have we wasted? We'll put way more than 2 hours into this thing.
Shit, I could have bought a house by now. No.
I saw there's a Kickstarter for a new Hotline Miami figure. This one's the biker from the first one. So he's just a dude with a biker helmet. I can't remember all the details of it. It looked pretty good. It was 12 inches tall, 15 points of articulation. They did one back in August of the main character jacket.
Yeah.
So if you like Hotline Miami, you might want to get it.
That's cool that you bring that up. I'm getting back into action figures again pretty hard.
Sweet.
Like, I was looking at some of the... Have you ever seen any of the Mega Man? Well, I mean, Rock Man in Japan, of course. Yeah. But you ever seen any of the Mega Man action figures out of Japan? Like, you fucking build them yourself.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
I've seen some of those.
Playable model kits, pretty much. Really fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm going to watch my kids get older before I really start collecting action figures. Like, right now, they either stay in the package on the wall or they're in my closet buried. Because, they're kids. They're like, oh, this is a toy. I'm like, no!
Yeah.
It's a piece of art! It's a collectible! God damn it!
I understand. I mean, the listener can't see it, but I can see it and you can see it. I have a fucking problem. I got toys everywhere in here. Like a man-child. It's fucking sad.
Groovy!
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty
quite groovy.
Thank you, Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
I seen where Hideo Kojima is still talking with Guillermo del Toro. Excuse me. I've, just so everybody knows, if I slur a few times this evening, there's a delightful new product out called Not Your Father's Root Beer.
Yeah, it's pretty damn awesome.
And it's alcoholic root beer, and it tastes just like cracking open like a mug root beer.
The only reason why I couldn't drink myself to death with this is because it costs like $10 for a 6-pack.
It's like $10.99 for a 6-pack. A case is like $45.
Ooh.
You just have to be hard the fuck up.
Yep.
But anyways, I seen where Hideo Kojima is still talking with him about doing a project at some point. I don't know if they're necessarily doing PT or not, but they're looking to do something, and he just said they want to do something groundbreaking.
Huh.
You know, they removed Hideo Kojima's name from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
The Phantom Pain, like the box art, they removed his name.
I'm sure he'll be in the credits. Cause
I mean, he created it, but...
Something else I saw that I thought was really cool, really up my alley. There's this NES Godzilla creepypasta that's been around for quite a while. It's pretty one of the most famous creepypastas out there. Really well detailed, like really long. You could probably spend an hour or two reading it online. But it's about this guy who is recalling playing Godzilla, and like all the stuff that's not in the game started happening, and it's really kind of creepy. But he's making, or I don't know if it's him or someone else, they're making a game of it.
Really?
Yeah, I guess it's something like a ROM hack of it. You can go online and find a video of it. It looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna play it.
That sounds cool.
I'm gonna bring it if they've released it by October, which I kind of doubt. I'll definitely bring it up as like a Halloween review.
Oh yeah, October's gonna be a real fun.
That might be
I
might put aside Rage Rants for October and bring in excerpts or at least chapters of this and read them.
That'd be cool
if they're short enough. I've read through some of it. I don't know how long it really is. It might not translate well without the pictures. So,
dude, I was thinking I mean, it's never jumping the gun when you're talking about Halloween to me. That's like my favorite holiday.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
October is like one of my favorite months.
That's my family's Christmas, really. Like,
yeah,
we just go all out on Halloween.
Well, like, we need to dig up the fucking Blair Witch games for October. And play them. I only had volume 2. There's 3 volumes.
I haven't played any of them.
There was the one I had was the Trials of Ellie Kedward or some shit like that, and it takes place in like Civil War era. Then there's one where it's modern day, and then there's one where it's in the 40s, and you play as the people going to Rustin Parr's cabin. It's bullshit, but.
Yeah, I remember saying them when I was younger. I was like, man, as bad as that movie sucked, I don't want to play a game.
I remember your dad wanting to go to Maryland and just like blow the fucking Blair Witch away.
Yeah,
he is just like, I'll show him it's not real. He's like, well, I do find it, I'll shoot it 1,000 goddamn times.
I saw that Kong off 4. By the time you hear this, will be happening.
That's fucking crazy that you say that, because I just had that pulled out July 30th through August 2nd. Kong off 4. At Richie Knuckles' fucking arcade. We've got to make a trip there at some point.
Yeah, it's going to have Billy Mitchell, Steve Weeb, the current
Hank Chin.
The current champion, Robbie Lakeman, is going to be there. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's quite a distance.
Yeah.
I'd like to go just get Steve to sign my hot sauce bottle, have it complete.
Yeah, I need my King of Kong fucking signed.
That'd be sweet.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard a rapping at my chamber door. That's why I kind of just went blank for a second.
Said the Raven, nevermore.
I've got a neat sign hung up that says Good Ole Gamers podcast recording in progress. Don't fucking knock on my door. Well, you want to go ahead and tell them about Vault's Game of the Week?
Let's tell them about Vault's Game of the Week.
Vault's Game of the Week is Outrun for the Sega Master System.
It was like a pretty cool game. I haven't had my hands on this one.
It's a port of the arcade classic Outrun for the Master System. Pretty good game. The only thing that sucks about it is it's got a really annoying tire squealing noise.
Yeah, when you're going around a curve on it, you just hear it beep, 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 and it just makes you want to, I don't know, get cancer and die. Yeah,
instantly. But it's still a fun game to play.
Yeah.
And if you're fortunate enough to have a Master System, it's probably I'm sure Outrun's one of the cheaper games. I don't see it being like 30 or 40. I should have asked David a little bit better how much it run for, but I'm sure it's $5-6.
It doesn't have a cult following, so I don't think it's gonna be massive.
But it's a pretty good game. Vault. like we always say, if you're relevant to the North Alabama area or surrounding areas, whatever, they're a pretty good game store. They can find you anything you want. They got a good selection of shit.
They take care of their customers. They'll make sure.
They do. They're good people, man. Real good people. Mark and his wife Lynn that run it. They're really awesome. David works there. He's a turd, but I like him a lot. And I say that with love, David. So, but, yeah. So check Vault out and pick you up a copy of Outrun for the Master System.
Yeah. They got a Master System for sale there?
They don't. because just go ahead and put this out there. The Master System that they do have for sale there will be mine.
Okay.
But I'm number one on the list for Master System because that's one of the few consoles I don't have. I had a Master System with like 20 inbox games and I sold it like 3 years ago.
Huh.
I needed the money and I sold it and used the money out of it to buy all the turbo shit I had.
I got a question. Can the Retron 5 play Master System games? Nope.
Yes and no. It can't by itself, but I'm pretty sure a power base converter for Genesis works in it. Huh. Power base converter is a thing for Genesis, or you could get it will work because you can get a power base converter. I'm pretty sure would fit in one. It just set down in the Genesis and allowed, it was a different pin set. It allowed for you to play the Master System game on top. Kind of like a 32X.
Right.
But there's I think it's StoneAgeGamer.com or somewhere, one of them sites like that, sell an actual peripheral that's like an adapter. You can put on bottom of a Master System game and throw it in the Genesis and play it. So yes, a Retron 5 could play one, but you would have to have the adapter.
Yeah, you have to jump through some loops.
Yeah, you can't do it straight out the box.
Okay.
But go check them out and pick it up.
Yeah.
Well, every show we start off, you're in a pissy mood, and then you mellow out. Then you get in a pissy mood again. So
yeah,
let's let Brandon lay some
rage rants.
You heard my pen slam down on the table. Let Brandon lay down a little rage rant for you.
That's rage rant. Shitty mobile games.
Yay!
Oh man, there are so few good mobile games out. Like I just write all of them off now. All of them, I mean, except for extremely few notable exceptions. They're just extremely low quality. They're full of pay-to-win bullshit.
Nah.
If not, they ride the fuck out of the DLC train. Like, oh, you want, this other character? Pony up $5.
Everybody knows how I feel about that shit.
Yeah. Half of the games are blatant copies of either other shitty mobile games or other real games. Like, and it's not even like in a good way. It's not in a way that's like an ode to a game. Kind of like how Brawlhalla is an ode to Smash Brothers. Yeah. These are blatant fucking rip-offs that get as close as they can without
getting a fucking lawsuit slapped on them.
The industry is so big that it robs the real gaming industry of both revenue and audience and developers. Imagine if all these people making Angry Bird ripoffs were actually working towards real fucking games.
Yeah.
And the people spending money on this shit were spending money on real games instead of this horse shit. And, from what I know, it's real big over in Japan too. Like, really fucking big over there. And they're like
their cell phone market's like a lot different than ours, though. That I've seen in Japan where a lot of people have like 7 different fucking cell phones, a different phone for each day of the week, And
it kind of sucks because that's like the motherland of console gaming,
Yeah.
I hate to say it be like that. It lowers the expectations of games in general because they are games. They are in the same market as other games. If everyone's used to playing this horse shit, they are going to overlook bugs and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Because especially now with patches, people write off bugs in low quality games because like, oh, well, maybe they'll patch it. Don't fucking settle for that.
Yeah. Stop buying the bullshit to begin with, and these motherfuckers will be less likely to keep just dropping junk on you.
Yeah, a lot of these developers, it's partially, it's a two-way street. it's our fault and their fault. It's our fault for purchasing the shit, and it's really their publisher's fault because their publishers are always pushing for, release it. So the developers are like, okay, we'll release it. We'll get that sudden influx of money from launch, and then we'll use that money to develop patches. And it's just a bad fucking model. I fucking hate it, and this encourages that shit. The quality of the games are extremely fucking low. You're lucky at all if they patch them at all on mobile. It's raising a generation of gamers that expect mediocre horse shit.
Yeah.
That's something I've really tried really hard to show my kids real games. They love their tablet games and their mobile games, and it kind of kills me.
You want to fucking show them the difference though between Doodle Jump and fucking Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, and I think I've done a good job of it so far. But they love all these pissy ass games, and it kills a part of me every time I see them. Would rather play a tablet over a console. I'm like, no. They had the option of getting a tablet or a handheld gaming system this Christmas, and they're going for tablets. I'm like, man, okay. They're my kids. I gotta make them happy, though. It clogs up social media with click-begging bullshit. How many of y'all have endured all the invites to Farmville?
Yeah. I still am a victim of that. There was somebody else that has invited you to play Candy Crush. And I just want to be like, I'm going to Candy Crush your fucking head if you send me one more of these fucking invites. Because I don't play these shitty Facebook Java-based games. I just don't fucking do it. The last Java-based game I played on the internet that was super simple, that had me addicted, was, you remember, not CandyStand.com. There was something else back in the day that was like free arcade. Back when all that shit started taking off. And I used to play Lemonade Stand Simulator.
I played some...
fucking good fun, man. I
played some pinball ones they're pretty good little pinball games.
Well, I used to like Candy Stand. I used to play mini golf and pool and Candy Stand all the time. Just killing 5 or 10 minutes.
Of course,
they were even better designed, though, than a lot of the shit you see that's out now.
But also, let me ask you this. Was you playing it by choice or because you were in class trying to kill time?
Yeah, you're right. I was in class. If it had been up to me, I'd been playing fucking Diablo 1 or 2, but that's not the case when you're in a computer lab in a high school somewhere.
But, man, if we leave the mobile gaming market unchecked, the gaming hobby is just going to degrade into nothing but a rabid fucking frenzy of click-begging and pay-to-win horseshit. The pay-to-win horseshit's going to leave our younger generation penniless when it comes to retirement age. And we're going to have this wave of fucking old hobos running around. Instead of asking for change, they're asking for fucking clicks.
God.
Will you give me another life on Candy Crush? Come on, man, I'll wash your windows.
Please help me. It kind of ends up being like they play these mindless games and they kind of just lose motor skills over time. So it turns from being like, please donate money to my Candy Crush guys, just like, please kill me. Like in Aliens. Is he saying help me or kill me? Let's ask Metallica. I think he's saying kill me. Kill me quick.
So... Fuck shitty mobile games. No good comes from it.
What a bunch of horse shit.
That's fucking horse shit. God damn it.
Well, I got a segment to do, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna go ahead and make the announcement. This is some of your creativity. The name for my new arcade segment is going to be called Arcade Arcana.
I didn't know what to press for that.
That was a good sound effect. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
It works. So, a couple weeks ago, I gave you the basic gist of the deal. I'm going to try to find a game that you might not have heard of outside of your basic realm of fucking Pac-Man, Galaga, and all that jazz, And I have a the past two I've done are games I like. Well, I have a definite what the fuck kind of game straight out the world of Japan tonight. and I think you dabbled around this a little bit. It's an adult based game, so fair warning, you know. But it's a game called Fantasia.
Sounds amazing so far.
Yeah. It was made in '94 by the Comad Industry Company Limited. Did you ever play the old game Quix? Kix?
I have not.
There was another Microsoft game, and I can't remember the name of it. It used to be on certain computers, but pretty much you have like a ball or obstacles bouncing around a screen the whole time. Well, you can move a little cursor around the edge of the screen, around the edge of the box. You hold a button down and it allows you to move onto the play board where you dodge these obstacles that are moving around on this board, and you pretty much draw chunks of this background out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you move the cursor in and out without getting touched, and the more area you cover, it reveals a piece of a picture. Kind of deal. It's really weird. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google the game Quix, like Kix, and you'll know. Well, it's a type of this thing in Japan they call it a gal panic game. It's photographic images of Western and Eastern models of women, and they are hardcore naked. Mm-hmm. But it starts out, and you have things like a cockroach, some hands, and some weird shit bouncing around a silhouette. And you drag the cursor and draw lines around the silhouette to like open up the picture. Well, if you don't do it in a matter of time while things are like bouncing around, it'll say changing. And the picture of the hot naked woman will turn into a picture of like an evil, like melted zombie. Or like a fucking dragon or some shit. And it's really, really weird. There's also a pointer at the top of the screen, and if the pointer dips below like a certain level, like it indicates in like a change of color on the meter, that's when the image changes to that of like a monster. And the more, you build your score back up, it turns back into a beautiful naked woman. But this
game kicks ass so far.
It's fuck. I don't really know what the fuck to say. It's a completely what the fuck experience. But you beat the level by drawing out the silhouette, and it gives you the whole picture of the naked lady, and it's got a really bad like Asian lady voice, and goes "Thank you, thank you, thank you" every time you pass a level.
That's how I passed first grade, is drawing naked ladies.
Well, what one of the yeah, it is. Okay. Side note. You've got to remember this. This doesn't really have to do with video games, but it's a point in our history. Me and you were arguing about something in first grade. And I think me and you like punched each other or something. Miss Heatherly pulled us outside. And I remember her being like, "You two don't need to fight each other." And then she looked at you, and I remember her being like, "And if you don't do such a, I'm going to tell your parents that you draw naked ladies all the time." Because you used to always, we had them pictures of like naked women and shit, like some dude killing a fucking dragon or Freddy Krueger, and there's just like naked women ready to give him treasure.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
we were awesome kids.
We were cool ass kids. Remember the biggest, on every Nintendo game that's out, that was like the biggest threat some kid could give another.
Don't bullshit me.
But back to Fantasia. One of the greatest things about this game, it's kind of like a Japanese bootleg what the fuck thing, is the character select list you can pick from. You can pick from Arnold Schwarzenegger from The Terminator, because he's wearing the glasses.
He was just on here.
Bruce Willis from Hudson Hawk. Michael Jackson, Peter Weller, or AKA you get to pick RoboCop, Sylvester Stallone, and Indiana Jones.
Something tells me they didn't buy any of the rights for this.
Yeah, well, fuck no. It's a random game. Thanks to MAME Arcade, you can download this and check it out for yourself, because it's some wonky quirky shit.
Don't play it around your kids.
Definitely not for kids, 18 and plus. It's got naked lady images. It's fucking weird, to say the least. I thought it'd be a good counterbalance to the first two. This is not a game I enjoy very much. It's just a little too weird, a little too fucking Japanese, a little too just out there for me. So for tonight's Arcade Arcana, I'm gonna give that a big.
What was the name of it?
Fantasia. There's multiple ones. There's Fantasia, Fantasia 2, Supermodel, New Fantasia, and Wow, New Fantasia that come out in 2002.
Wow.
Yeah. Strange indeed.
Zip zop zoobity-bop.
I knew that was going to happen.
Couldn't help it.
I have a feeling he'll be making a comeback.
Oh yeah.
At some point tonight. Well, we're going to get into tonight's. Go ahead and do tonight's topic.
Yep.
Yeah. We got a random one. Good chance a lot of people didn't have access to one.
This was not in my childhood at all.
Okay, I remember it being in my childhood, and I remember always wanting one.
I remember saying them and like, oh, that looks cool.
But I never owned one, and I only knew one kid growing up. What the fuck? I only knew one person growing up that actually had one. But we're talking about the Panasonic powerhouse, the 3DO
interactive
multiplayer, yeah. Which was manufactured by a slew of different companies, mainly Panasonic, Sanyo, and Gold Star.
Well, it ran from
Gold Star's LG now.
1993 to 1996.
Yep. Only sold about 2 million units. 32-bit console.
This most selling game was Gex.
Yep. It had a successor. It was going to come out called M2. They showed a few demos from it, but it never really materialized. 3DO was actually formed by Electronics Arts founders Trip Hawkins.
Huh.
When he left Electronics God dang, dude, I can't fucking talk. I'm beating the table. Being a bad host tonight. Trip Hawkins found Electronic Arts, and when he left that, he found 3DO, and it never really fucking materialized.
I had a mighty fall.
It was voted Time Magazine's 1993 Product of the Year.
Well, that shows you what to think about Time Magazine.
They're high, yeah, sons of bitches. The high price, though, I'm 100%, behind the high price is what drove people away. This thing was like...
Wasn't it more expensive than the Xbox One and the PS4s now?
I'm looking now. I think the Gold Star model launched for $399, and that was like a second model. $699 is what the 3DO. $700 is what this fucking thing launched at.
I would have castrated myself if I paid that for this.
If I'm not mistaken, though, 3DO was the first. I think I could be really wrong about this, but I think 3DO was the first 32-bit console. I think it released for PlayStation or Saturn did. Not sure. We don't have a lot of access to one. The games that we do have were limited, so
yeah, and
you can. This is going to be one where it requires a little of your fucking interaction. You can look up a little more info into this because.
Oh, good luck emulating this. I tried to emulate it. There's no good emulators. This and the Atari Jaguar are.
If you want to play mine, get in touch with me and we'll hook it up. We're limited on games, but we played a fairly good amount of shit. So
yeah,
I think we can do something. One thing I want to point out, I have the FZ10, I think model. Mine's the original model come out. The controllers,
they're kind of fudged up.
You got to daisy chain them together.
Yeah, that will have the 9-pin serial.
There's only one controller port on the actual console. And then there's a port on the actual controller where you got to link them together.
Yeah.
Little weird, but manageable.
It would definitely change how you have to sit in a living room if you wanted like 4 players. So I don't know if there's any 4-player games for this.
I'm not sure.
I mean, theoretically, you could daisy chain near infinite number of them before, at least until the signal deteriorates. But, yeah. I haven't seen any games you need it more than 2.
I don't know if I guess this will be a good one to kick the thing off with, but 3DO, the first thing, I guess the thing that made, one of the things that would make you want to buy this thing when it come out is it's got balls.
Balls.
By balls, we mean the game balls.
Balls. Yeah, I got to look up.
BALLZ.
It had a quite interesting marketing slogan. I'm going to look up quickly. So, fill up the dead air.
Well, when I was a young man, one time
Not about the time you played with balls.
Oh. Well, shit, I don't know what to say about balls.
The Battle of the Balls was the subtitle of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I also had a marketing scheme for it. To be the champion, you gotta have balls.
Do you remember the shitty drink? Thank you, Bill. Do you remember the shitty drink balls? Was that BAWLS?
Yeah.
It was like the thing that had like the little fruit balls that floated in it.
Yeah.
Another little
fuck
bit.
that drink.
Yeah, what the? Your drink sucked balls. The game balls kind of sucks balls. It's kind of
yeah.
It was kind of groundbreaking, but kind of weird.
You were like these 3D-esque ball people. They were just people made out of balls. Like, they look like someone glued marbles together.
They look like Vector Man, kind of.
Yeah, Vector Man balls. They had really annoying music. Almost some of it was like tribal type music.
Fucking unbearable.
Didn't seem to be any combos in the game. If they were, I had no clue how to do them. Like, I tried a bunch of classic type moves and tried some button mashing. Never saw anything besides punch, kick, and like this weird little teleport type thing where you could go back and forth. It was kind of a 3D fighter.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just side-scrolling. You had back and, depth in it, like a Y-axis.
Yeah, it had like a full, 360 arena, too.
Yeah.
Like, you notice how they could move in a full 360 around each other. I played as a character named Zombie.
And mine was, Crusher or something like that?
Crusher.
I looked like a ball rhino.
Yeah, I picked Brandon up and just pogoed on him at one point for, 5 seconds?
5 to 10 seconds. It was a ridiculous amount of time. It went on too long. It wasn't entertaining. You just sat there, well, that's happening.
And then Crusher completely come back and raped me. And just made out that god-awful...
Yeah, but I killed Lyle. He jumped on him or something, and he just went... So, yeah, that was pretty sweet.
And then,
except for the sucking.
he sat on the floor and touched himself.
Oh,
That's what it looked like.
Yeah. I thought he was talking about me. I was like, man, I'm always touching myself.
That's what it reminded me of.
More of this pussy vodka from Mother Russia.
We're sorry, Zangief, man. We're drinking...
We're only mortals, man.
We're drinking Smirnoff 100 proof. We can't drink that pure diesel fuel you Russians enjoy. But more hats off to you. That's why you can beat our asses every day of the week. Well, a lot of the games for 3DO, you simply just got to get the ISO file if you want to make a copy.
Yeah, it seems kind of a crapshoot. I don't know if it was the files I downloaded or my burning method, because I didn't burn them on slow, because I'm not a fucking loser who has that amount of time to wait around. But
well, Balls was a burn game and it worked.
Yeah.
We also tried playing Crash and Burn and Corpse Killer. Crash and Burn was one that was recommended.
Yeah,
to me
it actually
by
looked a lot
Adam
like
Calloway.
It looked like Extreme G almost.
It's kind of like the way I take it. It's a mix of Extreme G and Twisted Metal, and it's kind of like
even though it predated both of those, I'm pretty sure. I know it predated Extreme G.
Yeah, it's kind of like Off-Road Interceptor for 3DO. They kind of got like that punk appeal, like the
room temperature vodka.
Yep. Saving one liver at a time. It kind of has that, like, Crash and Burn. It's kind of got that punk rock kind of vibe to it, that Mad Max punk thing, you know. We didn't get to play them, though. We did try the 3DO buffet demo disc, though.
Yeah, it was a smorgasbord for the mind.
Yeah, indeed it was. We watched the Casper video, which Casper kind of looks cool.
Yeah,
I don't know shit about
like a little
it.
2D adventure game.
Yeah. And we watched the demo for Waterworld.
It looked like as big as a turd as the movie.
Sucks just like the movie. The only thing I really remember from Waterworld is the fact that Kevin Costner could piss in that little thing and like filter it and drink it.
Yeah.
That's literally about the only thing
I was hoping to see a
mini
game for that on there.
I do know. Oh yeah, like filter your piss.
If you fail, you get botulism.
Yeah. You have to drink the salt water and just shit yourself to death off the side of the boat.
Start having seizures.
Oh god, I'd have seizures if I was Kevin Costner. Oh, one other thing, Waterworld, just by the way, is a really expensive game on Virtual Boy.
Huh.
It's a rare release. Just a little FYI. Oh man, this next game that we tried. This goes along with Fantasia. Sexy time game.
Yeah.
Another game that was recommended to us, Blonde Justice. Made by Vivid Entertainment. As in Vivid, the porno company. Yeah.
This was a turd.
It is fucking bad.
We really wanted to try Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
Oh yes, it didn't work either. We're
didn't.
We're gonna handle a copy of that at some point and play it.
It's regarded as one of the worst games of all time. But Blonde Justice, I think, gives it a run for its money.
One of the funny things about Blonde Justice is at the beginning of it, like you see this supermodel that's wearing a bikini made out of CDs.
Yeah.
And it's just like, welcome to Vivid Entertainment. Entertainment of the future. Our shit is on CDs. 3DO CDs at that.
Man,
did you have any fucking clue what was going on the whole time we played that game?
No, the story was completely nonsensical. Like 99% of the game was.
It starts off with a hot blonde just sitting naked, and it's like chapter 1.
Except she wasn't naked.
Yeah, she's naked, but she's covered. Yeah, it's Skinamax style.
90% of the game is no strip teases. Like, you see nothing. So they're just like doing stripper pole
Lots
dances.
of ponytails and fucking Miami Vice shirts on everybody.
Horribly pixelated video, which I guess that's limitations of the technology.
It did show like a pole position type game or some not Rally X, some sort of racing game. Me and Brandon joke like that's the only fucking thing this has to do with gaming.
Yeah, like she was doing a
whatsoever.
little strip dance in front of the pole position game. Like, yeah, pole position.
Yeah.
I got a position for my pole.
Straightforward. It's the beginning of the game. It starts out and it just shows this girl stripping, and in between there's this creeper with a aforementioned, fucking ponytail and Miami Vice shirt watching her, and the next thing you know, the dude's sneaking up behind her to like completely just Bill Cosby her. He like drugs her or some shit, and he's like gonna drag her off, and put her to sleep.
It has almost snuff film elements too.
Yeah, dude, really fucking weird.
Man, I brought this up. I don't think even if I was 13 and playing this,
It would turn you on.
Yeah, because more than like the sexual appeal of it, it stank of dead careers. Like,
yeah. It's like, well, you're not even good enough to be in a bad horror movie, so go do porno.
Like, because of this game,
you're very chesty, lady. Go do some porno.
There's probably some poor lady now who's got 3 teeth left, living in the crack house because of this game.
Raising 18 children.
Yeah.
Just absolutely just madness,
I might bring this, see if I can find an emulator that works and show it to my wife. Be like, hey, think you can flick your bean to this one?
Oh god, how fast can you click your mouse like a WoW player? Well, can you blizz kid 1998?
You know he can.
Elaborate, you little bitch. But I just have a feeling like Blind Justice had something to do with like Coke Lords too, like the early '90s. Like it makes you feel fucking dirty.
It does.
Playing it. It's like seedy. You just imagine you should have like 30 people smoking fucking cigarettes in a room at once, and just like, who am I gonna feed this fucking Quaalude to tonight and take home to be my lover? Blind Justice. I mean, really, Bill, who's it gonna be?
Zip, zop, zoom, bop.
You dirty bastard. Blind Justice, though, fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. We tried a first-person shooter on 3DO.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
I got an idea for Blind Justice. We're talking about setting up the Good Ole Game Fest.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
We'll set us up a little champagne room. First person who can get off to this game wins.
Oh.
Excellent idea, is it not?
Dude, I don't know how I fucking feel about that. Like,
you know he could.
Oh, dude, like, oh, my 3DO controllers be so fucking sticky. The buttons just let me, dude. Fuck no. That's a terrible idea, Brandon.
Best idea ever.
That's a terrible idea. Set up a
Don't bullshit me.
Set up a fucking champagne room. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a great idea. We're doing that. It's official. It's happening.
Oh my god. Killing Time is a game that we played. Like,
that didn't happen.
Yeah, we played this game called Killing Time. I wish I'd have wrote down like who developed Killing Time and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Killing Time was pretty sweet. Kind of strange. Played a lot like Wolfenstein. It's first person shooter. Made real good use of real video in the game. Like Lyle started up the game and walked forward and like this ghost lady disappeared, shot in real video.
Yeah, it's like real time video while the game's going. Yeah, you can move away from it. You know, look at something else.
And they're translucent, so it looks like a ghost.
I thought it was.
She's telling you how something
pretty cool.
You gotta go gather her essence, save her somehow. Main thing I liked about the game is Lyle's turn a corner and there's like a fucking duck there.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, you run into fucking Duck Dynasty.
Yeah.
Well, me and Brandon sitting here talking about, oh man, yeah, because it's really atmospheric.
Yeah,
at the beginning
it looked like
of
one of the first games that could have scared you.
There's like fucking spooky ass trees and shit. It's a real dim lit sky, and the music's fucking kind of doomy, you know, in a way, doom and gloomish. You run around the corner, whack. There's a fucking duck, dude. Yeah, there's an Affleck duck, and then like the members of Duck Dynasty are fucking chasing it. And what do? Fuck it, shoot them. Take the hunter's shotgun. Go kill more duck hunters.
Because the auto aim, instead of shooting the hunter, you shot the fucking duck in front of him.
Yeah, dude, I just fucking dusted this duck.
This exploded into a pile of gore. It was amazing.
The duck just goes, wah! And just fucking like explodes into a thing of feathers and blood.
I really recommend y'all play some Killing Time if you get the chance. I wonder if that really got ported to anything. It's a shame if it didn't.
I'm not sure. We need to do a little more research into Killing Time, actually, because from what little we played, it was kind of cool. It was like pretty smooth.
Yeah, it's smooth. It had really good sound effects, and the graphics were, for its time, really good. It looked like a lot of the things that they took pictures of and put in the game.
Yeah.
Because back then, you know, everything still has that pseudo 3D, was actually a 2D imposter. But it looks like instead of using, you know, pixel drawn shit, they took pictures and put in there.
Yeah.
Even the walls look fairly realistic. When he got up close and he saw, like, the grain of it.
Yeah. It wasn't bad at all.
Even the enemies and stuff were real video. It kind of reminded me of Area 51, the arcade games.
Yeah.
Where everything was like a real video on there. So, it's pretty sweet.
We did play another first-person shooter. You want to tell them about this one?
Yeah.
What a classic. How do you ruin a classic?
Apparently, with the 3DO. Doom! It featured like a really small resolution, like maybe a third of the screen was actually used.
It's way worse. The Super Nintendo is the same way.
Yeah.
But it's way fucking worse than the Super Nintendo version.
So you could play the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, and this one's a more powerful console. Like, what the fuck?
The game bogged down the CPU to the point that it played slow, and even the music was slow because it bogged down the CPU. So instead of those like fast-paced riffs, it was like da 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 da. Oh
yeah, dude, so slow. Like, if a stoner metal fucking band had been hired to like compose the music, that would have been it.
It was unplayable. We didn't get like more than 5 minutes into it. It's just awful.
It's really bad.
Oh man, I played a really sweet one. The Advanced Dungeons and Dragons game Slayer.
I did not get to play this.
It played like a first-person shooter, like Wolfenstein. Like I said, first-person view. You got to choose. You could create a character or choose from pre-made characters. It used like the classic AD&D rules and classes. So if you're familiar with the stats of AD&D, you'll know what you're doing here. The graphics the enemies are creepy as shit. Like,
the only thing I see was the mushroom thing. Yeah, that was kind of fucking weird.
There's some mushroom guys that like snuck up on me and like just raped the shit out of me pretty much. I played it on easy and I died pretty easily. Like, this is a pretty hardcore game.
It'd be something though you'd be willing to spend some time with.
Yes, I would love to spend some time on this game.
I have to let you borrow my 3DO.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. There was attack animations, at least for a melee fighter. I picked a dwarf fighter because it's usually one of my go-tos when I'm trying out a game like this. No attack animation, so it's really hard to tell like if I would hit an enemy with an attack because nothing happened when I pressed the attack button. I just saw my little attack icon blink. And then went on cooldown. So I would pretty much have to go up and bear hug these enemies, and they're just mauling the crap out of me while I'm hoping I hit them. That part sucked. Maybe if you picked a mage or a ranged character, there'd have to be some kind of animation. So,
yeah.
Really like big dungeon is where I started in. Like I don't know if it's pre-made dungeons or if it's got some kind of algorithm to create them. Because I only played it the one time. It looked like you could spend a whole lot of time on this game, though. Its main flaws were, though, the lack of attack animations for at least melee combat.
Yeah.
And it had a limited distance of view. Like, you couldn't see too far ahead of yourself.
Kind of like the fog thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you might have been able to...
That's a killer for me.
Maybe like 30 steps ahead of you. It didn't seem like it would be that huge of a deal for you, though, because there's nothing that I saw that could shoot you outside of that field of view.
Yeah.
So, at the worst, you would run into a pack of stuff you don't want to fight. So, I recommend playing AD&D Slayer, especially if you like AD&D games. I'm a big fan of them, but most Advanced Dungeons and Dragons games don't play in real time. They're turn-based or something. Or play like Baldur's Gate, something like that.
We played, well, you would recommend that one then?
Yeah, I recommend AD&D
awesome.
Slayer.
Well, that's the one I didn't get to play. We played a couple two-player games, so,
yeah.
Puzzle Bobble.
What was to say about that?
Yeah, just like every other fucking port of Puzzle Bobble. We had a pretty good time playing Samurai Showdown.
Yeah, I got my ass beat, but it was fun.
That's okay. That's your first time playing Samurai Showdown.
I've never played
any port, right?
Yeah. I've never had a chance to. It's one of them arcades I've always heard. You got to play it where the fuck are they? You know?
Yeah, it's one of them Neo Geo arcades, so I mean, go fucking figure, you know. Wow. We're really limited on 3DO games.
Yeah.
We played Road Rash.
Road Rash, I mean, it
mean,
was a good port of it, but the first Road Rash sucked. I thought it did.
I like it, but I'm more of a Road Rash 2 and Road Rash 3D kind of guy.
3D is where it got good for me.
The PlayStation Road Rash 3D
Yes.
was fucking great.
And for those of you who are big fans of Road Rash 3D, I highly recommend checking out Road Redemption on the PC. It's currently, I think it's still an alpha. I bought into it way early on, but it's shaping up to be a damn nice game. Great 3D graphics, local co-op. Me and my stepson played it the other day. It's real fun.
Nice.
They're getting some good work done with it. A huge variety of weapons. I noticed that they added in a Shovel Knight character. Like, he starts with a shovel and he can smack people off their motorcycles with it.
Nice.
They actually added guns into the game. I'm kind of iffy about that because the way the guns work in Road Redemption, you could shoot straight ahead of yourself rather easily, but you could also use your right analog stick to adjust your aim and shoot side to side. And, you know, the problem with looking side to side in a motorcycle game is you're not looking straight ahead. And
Yeah.
you fucking die. And there's some levels that, like, kind of want you to use your gun to kill people at a distance because they all, like, automatically parry your melee attacks.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's kind of neither here or there.
Road Redemption.
Road Redemption on the PC.
I'm gonna write that down because I would like to check that out myself. The last game, I mean, we've played Street Fighter. It's Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good fucking port.
That's my favorite Street Fighter game. And it's a good port on the system. No complaints with it.
The last one we played, though, was a Namco game called Starblade.
Starblade was sweet.
It's a fixed rail space shooter. Kind of like Star Wars Arcade.
Yeah.
If you've ever, Star Wars Arcade or... I mean...
Star Wars Arcade?
Yeah, that's really all I can think about right
Except
offhand.
Except
That's
real
like,
polygons rather than wireframes.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
there was some polygons.
The Sega Star Wars Arcade too, that we played. The one you never played.
Yeah.
That was by the Scootening.
Yeah.
Starblade's a pretty badass game. It's fun.
Yeah. I got pretty far into it in my playthrough.
If you have epilepsy, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, don't play this game if you have epilepsy. You
completely.
will die. You will literally die.
There's a lot of flashing shit in it.
I thought it was pretty cool in the story. Apparently Earth is getting attacked by some kind of aliens. It doesn't say what they are, but they've mechanized an entire planet.
They've turned a planet into a fucking Death Star.
Which really, from a scientific standpoint, makes way more sense than building a Death Star the size of a small planet.
Yeah, harvesting like 45 years worth of steel from surrounding planets,
Oh yeah, it'd be, you'd take a whole, nearly a whole solar system worth, I would imagine, to do the Death Star. Whereas they just basically fucking put rocket engines on the back of a small planet on this game.
Yeah. Precisely.
I destroyed the planet though.
The Death Star.
Yeah. It was, what was the name of it? The Red something, wasn't it? I kept making crude jokes about it.
Red, wasn't it just like Red Star?
No.
Fuck.
It was something else I kept making jokes about.
Hold on.
Anyway,
Kill some time, Brandon.
yeah.
Put you on the spot,
Anyways,
motherfucker.
it was really fucking frantic. Lots of bombs coming at you all the time that you'd have to shoot while you're shooting the enemies. It didn't... One thing I would say that sucked about it is you really would like to have, like Lyle suggested before, a joystick or an analog stick. Because you were using the D-pad on the 3DO to control the cursor, where you fired, and you couldn't react fast enough with it to shoot everything. The game did have like infinite continues, it seemed like. Either that or I just never ran out.
I cannot
Um,
find the name of it right offhand.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't fucking matter. It was a red planet.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I'll probably remember it when I'm trying to sleep tonight. That's how
You'll
it goes.
call me at like 2 in the morning, like crying out the name, and I'm like, don't ever do this again.
As per usual. I destroyed the planet. I had a neat little sequence when I was actually fighting the planet at the planet's core. I had to fight off a lot of bombs while I was shooting at the core of it. And then I eventually just turned it off because we was running out of time.
We've played Way of the Warrior before. It's a really fucking bad
One of the
fighting
worst
game.
fighting games I've played.
And it's from Naughty Dog. You wouldn't expect something bad from Naughty Dog, but
I'll play balls over that any day of the week.
you'll play balls.
Yeah, I'll play balls. Me and
You
my
ain't gotta
balls.
fucking come out on this podcast.
I thought I already came out.
Well, you got a point. Sorry. That's pretty much it for the main topic, because we're very limited on 3DO stuff. We just thought it'd be something refreshing to give to you, because we know majority of you fuckers probably don't own a 3DO.
How much?
You ain't missing much.
How much does the 3DO run for now?
The model I got, I generally I think they're about $100.
Okay.
For a loose one. I got mine in a trade. It came with the barcade, pretty much. I traded some money, like $200 and a JVC XI, which kind of makes me sick a little bit. Do you know what a JVC XI is?
Never played one.
It's JVC did a partnership with Sega in the early 90s, and it's a Sega Genesis, a karaoke machine, and a Sega CD built into one.
Oh, snap.
It's fucking sick. It's a really nice little console. Super rare. Well, I come across one. I traded it for that. It and $200 for that and the 3DO. And I kind of regret it, but I have a Sega CD and I have a Genesis, and I didn't have a 3DO. And at that point, I was just like, I just need the consoles I don't have for reference point. But I'm pretty. You could lock down a 3DO for about $100 right now. I'd give or take.
Yeah, definitely take, because I wouldn't.
They crap out on you really fucking easily. Just fair warning. It's a risky console investment because they crap out.
And I imagine there's not like a whole lot of them around, because who bought these as a child?
Yeah, like I said, I've known one motherfucker. Or well, I take that back. I've known 2 people total. Like in high school, all through school, I only knew one person we went to school with that had one, and I've only known one other person that owned one outside of that. But 3DO, it's not a complete loss. There's some good shit for it.
Yeah, I did say it had a few good ports for it. Wolfenstein 3D had good reviews.
Yeah.
Another World or Out of This World.
I have it. It's a really good. It's almost direct PC.
It's hard to fuck that one up.
Yeah.
And then there's some other games. It actually had like Gex was another one, I guess.
I have Gex actually over there as well. We should have played it, but we didn't. Gex is a good platformer. I mean, you can get it on any PlayStation and Saturn.
Yeah,
have Gex
it was
too.
Multi-platform.
One we didn't talk about.
I really wanted to play Corpse Killer.
I did too.
That burn didn't work for us. It had decent reviews for it, and it said it was based off like a B horror movie, which is like right up my alley.
Yeah. I really wanted to get down on Plumbers Don't Wear Ties because that's voted like the worst game in history. Well, it's been pretty peaceful for the last little bit.
Yeah.
It might remain peaceful.
Oh, another one on there is famous, Not Trap, because the controversy.
Yeah, dude. Not Trap was badass.
I've never played that still.
I've played it on Sega CD.
But that started a lot of the political controversy about violence in video games.
Oh yeah, that was one of the first games that just caught major fucking heat for being.
And from what I've seen, it's not that bad.
It isn't. All it is fucking penguin-looking dudes with gas masks. They waddle, or like trying to kill these women that are having a sorority party. It's fucking stupid.
I saw like the main controversial scene was like this lady in like a bathrobe, and I think she gets killed or something.
They got this hook or I don't know, like hook clamp thing they put around her neck, and she screams, and the screen goes black. We need to get a copy of Night Trap for Sega CD and sit down one weekend and just play it.
That'd be good.
We can emulate Night Trap really easily. Yeah, Night Trap will be an October game. I just have a weird feeling that something bad's going to happen in October to us.
Yeah.
There's just some sort of dread in there, you know what I mean?
Yep. Some that, I don't know, Lovecraftian dread.
Some sort of foreshadowing or something, I don't know.
Oh, man.
You wanna do Euro Now Classic section of the show?
Shit. Or this shit. Which I am going to do an intro for now that we have a soundboard.
Yay! We need Arcade Arcana and Shit of the Shit. And Rage Rant. Yeah. All will have intros.
It's not Shit or the Shit. It's Rogue Legacy. This started off as like, I'm pretty sure it's an indie game on the PC. By Good Games. Now you can get it on the PS3, the PS4, the PS Vita, and the Xbox One.
So I could get this.
Yes. And it probably wouldn't run any more than $10. It's old school 2D roguelike dungeon crawler. The main cool thing about this is it's got permanent death. And when you die, you leave behind some descendants that are based on like the character you had, and these descendants have like new traits and stuff. Traits have like colorblind, gay, dwarfism, gigantism, dementia, things like that. Some of it's pretty much all of it, except for a few here and there, have like some kind of a upside to it. Like dwarfism will let you get into smaller places, whereas gigantism will let you, I think it lets you get and move like bigger objects or something like that.
That's cool.
It's been a while since I've played this game. Colorblind will like make hidden objects appear more easily. The only thing that carries over besides traits after death is money. So like if you went through a dungeon for a while and got a whole lot of money, your next character would start with that money you had. So you could buy armor and stuff like that and maybe go a little further this time. So it's all about running these dungeons. The dungeons are randomly generated and they get really hard really quick. There's like 6 bosses in the game, I want to say. The bosses themselves aren't random, but their placement is.
Yeah.
The bosses are hard. I've only ever made it past 1. It's you do need a controller for this game. Do not play this with mouse and keyboard.
I might need to get this on Xbox One.
Yeah, it's really fun.
We can play it.
The art's really good. It's not the pixelated art. It's more like drawn, almost flash game type of art.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's good. Sound effects are all good. It has 10 classes, I want to say. Something like 10 classes. And the classes you get to choose from each time you die are based somewhat on the previous classes you've run. So if you do a lot of mage type classes, you'll eventually like be able to pick like lich, things like that. So more advanced versions. So yeah, I'm gonna say Rogue Legacy is the shit. If you have
shit.
Yep. It's the shit.
You're on a roll with good stuff here.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring in a big smelly turd.
I kind of think you're losing some of your cynical behavior.
It's the rage rants, man. I'm venting. I'm losing my steam.
Oh nah. I'll figure out a way to piss you off.
Oh, it won't be hard.
I'll just make a fucking. Our whole podcast office will be nothing but pallet and kettle furniture. God. Well, it's that part of the episode where we are going to answer some of the questions and shit you send us.
Some calls.
We have a fucking voicemail now, y'all. It's
682-777 good.
Good. All you gotta do is call it and leave us a message. Call and praise us. Call and fucking tell us we're pieces of shit. It doesn't matter. Say what you want. We're going to take the best calls and put them on the episodes.
If you don't want to use their name, make up something.
We don't use a pseudo name.
Just give us a name to refer to you by.
Yeah, anything.
So yeah,
You got
682.
something you want to say randomly every week?
Yeah,
Call us.
cuss us out. Whatever. Ask a question. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. No fucks are given here. But it's 682-777-GOOD. 682-777-4663.
Call some motherfuckers like you should. Call 682-777-GOOD. That's all you gotta do. But we got a pretty good little slew of questions. We're gonna try to answer them to the best of our ability. So we're gonna kick it off. Lynn Green, our buddy, wants to know: have you played Marvel Puzzle Quest for Android? And if so, tell us your thoughts.
I have not.
I have not. Honestly.
I stay away from the mobile market, like you heard earlier.
Yeah. My phone looks like it has a spider web on it because my screen is currently cracked into 100 pieces. My phone works. I can still see everything, but it's got a
thanks
crack.
for the question, but I have zero opinion on it.
Well, there's a second part to the question, though. How excited are you for the new Rock Band, and do you already have a lot of the DLC songs from the first 2 or 3 to transfer over to this one? I have nothing from the last one left.
I do,
for this one.
but I'd have to get on my Xbox account, which is like dilapidated by now. I bought a bunch of Yngwie Malmsteen's Megadeth. Really hard shit, but really fun.
I am excited about the new Rock Band. I'm excited Rock Band and Guitar Hero is making a comeback because they are fun for what they are.
I loved them, but I think I got that out of my system. I don't know.
You burn out on it rather quickly. I bought Guitar Hero 2 for Xbox 360, and at the time I had 2 roommates, Cody and Matt. And Cody and his now wife would come home, and if they weren't watching, they had every season of Friends on DVD.
Ooh.
And don't get me started. If they weren't watching fucking Friends, they were playing my Guitar Hero 2, and I ended up taking it back to Walmart and getting my money back.
Drove you nuts?
It drove me fucking insane for about a week. I love them to death, but God, oh my goodness, man.
I played that, especially on 2. That's one that had a Buckethead song, Jordan.
Yes.
The hardest Guitar Hero song today. Like, Fire in the Flames was, most people consider that one of the hardest. It was hard, but it was actually easy once you got past the intro.
People love Guitar Hero. Speaking of people love Guitar Hero and our hotline.
Oh, we got a call. Give me just a second.
We'll go ahead and play that now while we're on the subject.
Yep.
We had a call from a guy that I don't know. Do you know him?
I don't know him personally. Chuck Bernstein, I believe he said his name is. Here you
go. Man, yeah, this is Chuck Bernstein.
Yep.
And I was calling. I know y'all do talk about them video games. And,
we do.
I was just curious. I used to play a pretty good bit back in the day, and I was wondering what y'all's opinion on the Guitar Hero games were. See, I got pretty good at them. See, I'd play them for a while, but I'd look away from the screen, everything would be woozy. And, see, I used to be good, man. One time I did that through the Fire and the Flames song.
That sounded like he lost his cell connection there or something.
No, it's because Charles Bernstein. It just clicked. I know who Charles Bernstein is.
Okay.
It's probably because he's got a piece of shit cell phone.
All right.
He's a good old guy, but he's a little slow. You know what I mean?
He's
pretty good at Guitar Hero, though. I'll give him that. He plays guitar in real life. He's pretty good at that too.
Huh.
I'll give him that.
But yeah, as you heard, I was a fan of him. I'm not saying I don't like it anymore. I got it out of my system. I don't know how else to put it. I played it until I just got tired of it. You played it so much, and you realize it's kind of all the same thing.
You burn out on it.
The only point moving forward is a real guitar. So, once I had pretty much mastered the game to where I could beat any song anytime I wanted, I was like, well, I'm done. And now what sucks, so is like I go to Chuck E. Cheese with the kids, and they'll have a Guitar Hero machine, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to tear the shit up. And I get up there and I'm like, beep, bong, bong, bing, bong. I'm like, God, no.
They're like, this is just like Van Halen now. You bastards!
What else we got?
I'm excited. I'm excited for you to answer this one. My good buddy Clay Byram that runs Blow Your Pods podcast, which I actually recorded an episode with last night, wants to know who gets laid the least. Avid players of EverQuest or World of Warcraft players.
Groovy!
I like that question. I would say easily who gets played the least? World of Warcraft players. The reason why is because a lot of chicks like EverQuest. You wouldn't think so, but yeah, it's fairly popular among the ladies.
But do you think a lot of chicks like World of Warcraft too?
I've never met any. So there's that. I don't know. EverQuest was just more personal of a game, and I guess that doesn't attract women more. So
everybody knows our fucking stance on World of Warcraft.
Yeah. But, fuck. EverQuest was like a whole nother world. World of Warcraft is a fucking... It turns itself into a joke. So I'm assuming that women would rather get involved with the real world versus the shit show that World of Warcraft is. I've never met a woman that played or liked World of Warcraft that wasn't brought into it by like their boyfriend or something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say World of Warcraft players get laid the least. Because fuck you, BlizzFan 1998.
See, while the World of Warcraft players are busy clicking their mouses, their old ladies are also busy clicking their own mouses.
Oh yeah, they're getting the cuckolding.
Yeah, the cuckolding is happening. Somebody is scooting their ass right over to their house and getting the cuckolding. Oh, such a sexually deviant topic. This next question comes from Keith May, the co-host of Blow Your Pod. And I fucking love this question. It's a good one. If wars were decided by world leaders competing in video game, what game would you pick?
Well, considering we're Team America, and we got Obama as president, I'm going to probably have to go with Madden.
Madden?
Madden. Whatever new Madden, what 2K, blah, blah, blah game is.
You wouldn't pick anything that Japanese kids could have the upper hand on.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that's hard.
Definitely no like NHL games, because Canada ruled the roost.
If I was wanting America to win, like, would that be a little more of a legitimate
You know
question,
what? I know what it would be. The fucking Kim Kardashian mobile game. We would rule the world for the end of time.
Damn, I know. That's sad, isn't it?
It's fucking sad.
It'd be a Kim Kardashian game, or it'd be, who's the bitches that are having the feud? And I say bitches because I don't listen to their fucking music. And Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj are in a feud now. It's just like, who can out-whore each other?
Game over.
Game over.
Fuck that.
Damn, Keith, though, that's a good question.
I'm going to go with Kim Kardashian, unfortunately.
You are?
Yeah.
Sim City.
I mean, we're talking...
You want to run a fucking country? How do you do in Sim City before you run a country?
Yeah, but this is to see who the world leaders amongst themselves rule the world.
Mortal Kombat, then.
Do
you want to live in some motherfucker's country that always plays as Scorpion or Sub-Zero? Answer that question.
Yeah, not really, but I don't know. I see America winning the Kim Kardashian one more.
I didn't even know there was a Kim Kardashian game.
Now you know.
So that.
People spent hundreds of dollars on this.
There really is a game?
Yes. Yes.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I'm going to go to Kepler 42.
Please don't go. The drones need you.
Do they?
They look up to you.
They
can fuck right off, because I'm going to Kepler. Kyle Huckabee, my old buddy, wants to know, have I had the chance to play the Ark? I have not.
Not even familiar with it.
I am not, but I'm going to make a note of it so I can hopefully answer your question not like a douchebag next time and be like, I have played it and I have enjoyed it. Kyle's got a pretty good taste in games, so
okay,
I trust him. Lynn's got another question for us. He wants to know, are you excited about the new Rare Collection game coming out that features some cool retro games like Battletoads.
You know, I didn't know about it until you asked this question, and I am.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Genuinely kind of pumped. How many games are on
30. It's called The Rare Replay. It's got 30 games. It's going to have Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Perfect Dark, Battletoads, Battletoads Arcade, Killer Instinct Gold, Viva Pinata. A bunch of good rare games.
I'll pick that up for Xbox, definitely. That'd be something good. Wow. An old buddy I haven't heard from since a little bit after high school. DJ. David Clinton Methvin Jr. I just know him as DJ, mainly. He said, you have your own podcast? Awesome, dude. How in the hell do you get weapons on Dying Light for PS4? It's killing me. I looked this up for you, DJ. I don't know much because I haven't played Dying Light at all. I have not.
I think I bought it on the PC, son.
Well, I did some playing around, and I'm just going to read you this lightning quick to try to answer your question. Pretty much, as you're free running through the streets of Haran, you'll spot some abandoned emergency vehicles. These are a really good place to find firearms because they are automatically introduced in the story, but often require players to pick the locks to get inside. Since nobody would find it entertaining to simply search and break into police cars for hours, just keep an eye out for them while you're going about the business of completing the main story missions and side quests. If the vehicle happens to sit in the way of the current objective, check inside to see if someone left a gun behind.
I'm going to look up this game.
The best way to find lots of guns is to wait for the story to introduce them, which happens during Mission 4, Packed with Rise.
Okay, I have not played this game.
I haven't played it at all.
I'm kind of burnt out on zombies, to be honest.
I did hear this game was really good. I'm looking this up on the internet for you, DJ, and the best thing to do is go to like primagames.com and type it in. I feel like a turd. I wish I could answer that better for you, but I haven't played it. I want to play it, but I haven't.
Well, you got any more questions?
Those are the end of the questions.
Alright, well, it's time for a new segment. We need y'all to ask questions for. You do it voice or through text.
Oh, I'm pretty excited about
yes. Like we mentioned before, we struck a deal with the Zangief of Street Fighter. He's drinking me dry, but in exchange,
I put him in a fucking chokehold and forced him to do our segment.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, I'm lying. I'm lying to you terribly.
Yeah, he might forgive it now. But yeah,
so
Zangief
will
answer questions for us. I got us a question that he called and left a answer for. Logan, a friend who's in our Steam group, asked, did the Street Fighter movie, old or the new one, increase the amount of alcohol or body slams you do per day? This is Zangief's answer.
That is a good question. In order to answer this question, I have to take you back to Zangief's childhood. When Zangief was but a boy, there was no Coca-Cola, no water, only vodka.
No water.
So Zangief drank vodka every day, all day, to become man, as you do in Russia. So I don't know if it is possible to drink more vodka then than I was drinking as a result of movie. So I guess to answer your question, yes, I drank even more vodka. In fact, after the release of movie, Russia changed word for legal drunken limit to 1/2 Zangief. So probably each day, about 4 Zangief in terms of drunkenness. As for body slam, I don't know that I slam bodies very much. I like to crush bodies, throw them. Not so much with slam, but I suppose the notoriety would improve my ability to slam bodies. I don't like your question. I hope you die.
Thank you, Zangief.
Thank you, you mean
So,
motherfucker.
Logan, you might want to watch out. Zangief's coming for you, I'd wager.
He's probably been slamming down that fucking vodka he was talking about.
So give us some questions for Zangief. He'll take any questions, Street Fighter related or not.
He's ready to rage.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be happy to answer anything that you put before him. He's fucking Zangief.
Hell yeah, the red fucking cyclone.
He chokeslammed Blanca. Blanca was like, he got fucking chokeslammed. You know?
Yep.
Well, y'all, that's about winding down this week's episode of Good Ole Gamers. Like always, you can find us at goodolegamers.com. That's the main home of us.
Yeah.
You can find us on facebook.com/Good Ole Gamers Podcast.
Twitter at Good Ole Gamers.
Twitch.
Maybe we can do a stream here in a little bit.
I think we might try to do a stream tonight.
That'd be sweet.
Throw something up.
You
know, same old.
682-777 good. 682-777 good. 682-777 good.
Do what you should and call 687. Fuck, I messed it up.
682-777 good.
Do what you should call 682-777 good. Do it for your hood.
We'll have to make some kind of a jingle.
Yeah.
Maybe with Bill Cosby.
Boogeyman was the pokey of the man in the thing where the guy comes out of the thing and he makes the fall off the side.
Sounds like Bill's been eating some of the Quaalude he hands out like fucking trick-or-treat
I think
candy.
he probably been trying them to find what's more potent.
You take 3 of them and you're able to fuck the ass a little bit bees here. Thank you, Bill. He's very welcome. Well, to each and every one of you, thanks for tuning in and listening. Next week we'll have another fun. We're getting hood pretty soon. I think we're gonna take a trip down to Liberty City, Vice City, or Los Santos here before too long.
Yeah.
So until next week, Brandon, I think it's your time to sign us off.
Game over, man.
Game over. Marvel after the credits
Please
scene.
don't go. The drones need you. They look up to you.